Mike Tyson was born on June 30th, 1966, in Brooklyn's Fort Greene neighborhood. Growing up, life wasn't easy. He had an older brother, Rodney, and a sister, Denise, who sadly passed away at just 24. Tyson's mom, Lorna, originally from Virginia, raised him mostly on her own. His birth certificate listed Purcell Tyson, a Jamaican cab driver, as his father. However, the man he knew as dad was Jimmy Kirkpatrick, a local street hustler with a love for baseball, who left the family when Mike was born. Life took a rough turn when Tyson's family, struggling with money, moved to Brownsville, a neighborhood known for its tough streets. Mike was exposed to violence and crime at an early age. He got into his first fight when someone tore the head off his beloved pet pigeon. Mocked for his high-pitched voice and lisp, Tyson fought back fiercely and found himself in trouble with the law, getting arrested 38 times by age 13. Sent to the Tryon School for Boys, his raw talent for boxing was spotted by counselor and former boxer Bobby Stewart, who then introduced him to legendary trainer Cus D'Amato. This was the beginning of Tyson's journey toward boxing greatness. Tyson's mother passed away when he was 16, leaving him under D'Amato's care. Though she never saw her son's success, D'Amato became a father figure, guiding Tyson toward becoming a powerhouse in the ring. Tyson once shared, "My mom only knew me as a wild kid. I never got the chance to make her proud." Under D'Amato's mentorship and with trainers like Kevin Rooney, Tyson transformed from a troubled youth to a champion. Despite dropping out of high school, he received an honorary doctorate in 1989, a testament to his resilience and triumph over his challenging beginnings. At just 18, Mike Tyson stepped into the professional ring for the first time on March 6, 1985, in Albany, New York, where he made an explosive debut by knocking out Hector Mercedes in the first round. Tyson fought tirelessly that year, racking up 15 fights and winning 26 out of his first 28 matches by knockout, with 16 of those victories coming in the very first round. As he faced tougher opponents like James Tillis, Jesse Ferguson, and Marvis Frazier, Tyson's brutal knockouts started catching the media's eye. He was being hailed as the next big heavyweight champion. After the death of his mentor, Cus D'Amato, in late 1985, Tyson faced some challenges, but he kept fighting. His first nationally televised fight came in early 1986, where he delivered a jaw-dropping knockout to Jesse Ferguson, breaking his nose and ending the fight in the 6th round. In July that year, Tyson took on Marvis Frazier, knocking him out in just 30 seconds. He also faced Jose Ribalta in a tough battle, ultimately winning after a grueling fight that had Tyson calling Ribalta his toughest opponent. On November 22, 1986, Tyson fought Trevor Berbick for the WBC heavyweight title. With a second-round knockout, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old. Tyson's power, speed, and fierce style made him a phenomenon, and he soon added the WBA and IBF titles by defeating James Smith and Tony Tucker in 1987, becoming an undisputed champion. His brutal combinations, like his signature body shot followed by an uppercut, sent opponents like Lorenzo Boyd and Jose Ribalta to the mat. By 1987, Tysomania was in full swing. Fans and the media watched as he defended his title, winning by TKO against Pinklon Thomas in the 6th round. Tyson's dominance in the ring, with his incredible timing, speed, and sheer force, placed him among the greatest boxers in history. On August 1, 1987, Mike Tyson made history by defeating Tony Tucker in a grueling 12-round match, winning by unanimous decision with scores of 119 to 111, 118 to 113, and 116 to 112. With this victory, he became the first heavyweight ever to hold all 3 major titles, WBA, WBC, and IBF, at once. In October, Tyson took on Tyrell Biggs, the 1984 Olympic gold medalist, and ended the fight with a TKO in the 7th round. Tyson's fierce reputation even caught the eye of gaming giant Nintendo. Inspired by his power and style, Nintendo's president decided to feature him in the now iconic game Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Which went on to sell over 1 million copies, cementing Tyson's fame beyond the boxing world. In 1988, Tyson's dominance continued. He took down the legendary Larry Holmes with a 4th-round KO, making Holmes' first knockout loss in his 75-bout career. In Tokyo, Tyson met Tony Tubbs in March, dispatching him with a second-round TKO. And then came June 27th, a showdown with Michael Spinks, widely considered the true heavyweight champion. This highly anticipated fight became the richest in boxing history at the time. But Tyson didn't give the crowd long to enjoy it. He knocked out Spinks in just 91 seconds, a career-defining moment that showcased Tyson at his peak. Yet outside the ring, Tyson's life was unraveling. His marriage to actress Robin Givens was on the rocks, and boxing promoters Don King and Bill Caton were fighting for control of his future. By late 1988, Tyson had split from longtime manager Caton and fired his trainer Kevin Rooney, the man credited with refining his fighting skills after the death of Menor D'Amato. Without Rooney, fans noticed a change. Tyson seemed to lose some of his famous head movement and precision. In 1989, Tyson fought twice amid his personal chaos. He knocked out Frank Bruno in the 5th round in February, and then dispatched Carl, the Truth Williams in the 1st round in July. But cracks were showing, and by 1990, Tyson's training and focus were slipping. On February 11th, 1990, Tyson met Buster Douglas in Tokyo. Though heavily favored, Tyson struggled to counter Douglas's sharp jabs and reach advantage. Despite knocking Douglas down in the 8th, Tyson was overwhelmed, and in the 10th round, Douglas delivered a brutal uppercut followed by a powerful combo, sending Tyson down for the first time in his career. He didn't beat the count, marking a stunning defeat for the previously unstoppable champ. Douglas's knockout of Tyson sent shockwaves through the sports world, going down as one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. After his shocking loss to Buster Douglas, Tyson later called it one of the best things that happened to him, saying it made him a better person and fighter. Determined to bounce back, Tyson returned with a vengeance, taking down Henry Tillman and Alex Stewart with swift, first-round knockouts. His win over Tillman, the 1984 Olympic gold medalist, was particularly sweet, allowing him to settle an old score from his amateur days. These wins set Tyson up for an elimination match with the dangerous Razor Ruddock. In their March 1991 fight, Tyson and Ruddock went blow for blow until the ref controversially stopped the bout in the 7th, handing Tyson the victory and sparking an uproar among fans. They fought again that June, with Tyson dropping Ruddock twice and winning a 12-round decision. A showdown with Evander Holyfield was planned, but Tyson injured his ribs during training. Then, in 1991, Tyson's career took a dark turn when he was accused of raping Desiree Washington, a contestant in the Miss Black America pageant. Tyson claimed the encounter was consensual, but after a tense trial filled with conflicting testimonies, he was convicted of rape in February 1992 and sentenced to 6 years. His time in prison was turbulent. He emerged in 1995 with new tattoos symbolizing his shifting outlook. Tyson has always insisted on his innocence and continued to contest the allegations, but his conviction remains a pivotal, painful chapter in his life and career. After his release from prison, Tyson came roaring back with a string of wins, including quick knockouts over Peter McNeely and Buster Mathis Jr. His first comeback fight was hyped as he's back and became a sensation, pulling in over $96 million worldwide. With 1.52 million households tuning in, it set new records for pay-per-view buys and revenue, despite some critics claiming his opponents were chosen to guarantee an easy return. The Tyson-McNeely fight was later named one of TV Guide's 50 greatest TV sports moments. In 1996, Tyson reclaimed the WBC belt by taking out Frank Bruno in just 3 rounds, then captured the WBA title with a first-round knockout of Bruce Seldon. The stage was set for a long-awaited clash with Evander Holyfield. On November 9, 1996, in Las Vegas, they finally met in a bout called Finally. Against the odds, Holyfield stunned the world by winning in the 11th round, a TKO that turned him into a 3-time heavyweight champion. Tyson's team protested Holyfield's headbutts, which they said went unpunished, fueling anticipation for a rematch. The two faced off again in 1997, in what became one of the most infamous fights in sports history. The rematch, dubbed The Sound and the Fury, drew enormous attention, generating $100 million and breaking pay-per-view records. But in round 3, Tyson shocked everyone by biting Holyfield's ear twice. The first bite led to a point deduction, but after the second, Tyson was disqualified. Holyfield's ear was so severely injured that a piece was found on the ring floor, and chaos erupted in the arena. In the aftermath, Tyson faced widespread condemnation, a $3 million penalty, and soon after, the Nevada State Athletic Commission suspended his boxing license indefinitely. The ban meant Tyson couldn't fight in the U.S. until his license was restored in 1998. In his time away from the ring, Tyson made headlines in other arenas, including a guest appearance at WrestleMania 14, where he pocketed $3 million and joined the iconic D-Generation X stable. Tyson's comeback saga was filled with triumph, controversy, and unforgettable moments that solidified his status as one of the sport's most electric and unpredictable figures. Tyson's return to the ring in 1999 was as explosive and controversial as ever. Facing South African Francois Botha, Tyson struggled early on, with Botha even taunting him as he led on points. Then, in the 5th round, Tyson landed a right-hand knockout that ended the fight. Yet, the match wasn't without drama. Tyson was accused of trying to twist Botha's arm, leading to warnings from the ref. Around this time, Tyson's temper flared publicly during a TV interview, prompting a quick cut to avoid more explosive language. Legal issues continued for Tyson when he was jailed for assaulting 2 motorists, serving 9 months of a 1-year sentence. After his release, he faced Orlin Norris, but the bout ended in a no contest after Tyson threw a late punch, injuring Norris. Tyson fought 3 more times in 2000, including a first-round knockout of Lou Savarese in 38 seconds and a brutal match against Andrew Golota that left Golota unable to continue. However, this one was later changed to a no contest after Tyson failed a drug test. In 2002, Tyson finally clashed with Lennox Lewis. Tensions were high. Tyson famously taunted Lewis before the fight, saying, "I want your heart. I want to eat your children." The two even got into a brawl at a press conference. When they finally faced off in Memphis, Lewis dominated, knocking out Tyson in the 8th round. Though defeated, Tyson was gracious in his praise for Lewis. The fight made history, pulling in $106.9 million in pay-per-view sales. After a quick 49-second knockout over Clifford Etienne in 2003, rumors swirled about Tyson's lack of training and personal struggles. This would be his last professional victory, as he soon filed for bankruptcy despite once earning over $300 million. Later, he explored a K1 fight with Bob Sapp, but legal issues prevented him from traveling to Japan, and the bout never happened. In 2004, Tyson fought Danny Williams, but was shockingly knocked out in the 4th round, later revealing he'd been fighting on an injured knee. His final professional fight was in 2005 against Kevin McBride. Tyson quit mid-fight, saying he'd lost his passion for boxing. Despite dismissing his team in 2000 to gain control of his finances, Tyson continued to face financial and legal setbacks, including a drug-related arrest in 2007. In his 2013 memoir, Undisputed Truth, he admitted to using his wife's urine to pass drug tests. Tyson returned to the spotlight in 2020 for an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr., which ended in a draw after 8 rounds. Recently, in 2024, a much-anticipated fight with Jake Paul was scheduled but postponed to November following Tyson's health scare. Fans around the world now eagerly await the showdown between the boxing legend and the YouTube star. Tyson's journey through the highs and lows of the ring, personal battles, and unforgettable comebacks has left an undeniable mark on the sport. Now, as he readies for one more bout, the world watches to see if Iron Mike still has that fierce spark. His legacy, full of grit and controversy, remains one of boxing's most thrilling stories.